welcome to another episode of Hangin with the Hunns with your host, Todd and Carrie Hunn. Hey everyone, we're back. Welcome to episode 2 of Hangin with the Hunns. This is my lovely wife, Carrie.
And that's Todd.
I'm Todd.
My husband, Todd.
And this is part 2 of our story.
Yes.
We left off in the dark days of our relationship. And promised.
Dark days mean we broke up.
Yeah.
We ended up, when we broke up, now we're going to talk about how we got back together. Because we're going to fast forward 6 months.
Yeah, it's going to be happy times from now on.
That.
We got past the dark ages, and we're moving on to the fun stuff and the happy times. So
yeah,
so when we got back together, and I was living with a friend.
I was living with my parents.
And we pretty much decided within a couple weeks of being back together that we were just going to pick up where we left off and get married. And
well, I was just waiting, and so when we got back together, I was like, I told you there's nobody else I'd want to be with, so I was like, this is it, let's do it.
Yep,
and
exactly.
So
and I was
like, now what?
I learned from my mistake. And,
yes. So with you being at your friend's house, I'm at my parents' house. Well, you weren't going to move in with me. I wasn't going to move in with you. So we're at that point. We're like, okay, now we got to find our own place. Since now we actually we're gonna do this. We're gonna get married, and so let's find our own place.
Yeah, I guess we looked. I'm not really sure. I don't really remember, but we were looking around, probably at apartments and other things, and we were down on a street, and we saw. I think I remember seeing like a sign saying, "No down payment." Bad credit accepted, and it was a mobile home lot.
And at first I was like, I don't know.
So we're like,
but at this point, I think
go.
We've been already looking for so long that it was at this point I was like, well, let's go check it out.
Yep. So we pulled in there, and it ended up being a really good deal. So we thought, I mean, it was a brand new double wide mobile home, and it was the model, so it had all the furnishings, washer and dryer, refrigerator, everything we needed, because
yes.
We had nothing.
And I was like, okay, so if we were to get this place, it comes with all of this? Like, we can have all this? You just basically move it to wherever we're going to go? Because that was another thing. We had to find a place for it to go. But I was like, yeah. We don't need any furniture, nothing. Washer, dryer, too.
It was super
everything.
Nice, too.
Like, we didn't have to do anything. We would just move in. I'm like, sold.
Yeah.
What do we do next?
I'm not even sure if there was a down payment, honestly.
Whatever it was, it was
so
a good deal.
Easy to get into. So
it's like, what else there's nothing else. We might as well just go with this. Can't beat this deal.
Yeah, and we really had no idea, about how it worked. So we had to find a park?
Yeah, place to put it. We had to
was nice
some
enough,
land.
and that
Wish we could have land.
So we didn't really. Yeah, that would have been nice. Probably still be there. So we picked out a place, and it seemed to be all right. I mean, it's not terrible side of town, but probably not the greatest side of town either nowadays.
It was basically what we could find to get it done. We had to get it moved in so that we can move in.
And I think they probably had a deal with that park, that they gave us some options of where they could take it, and we ended up getting it set up in that park and moved in, and it was awesome. I mean, it was a beautiful house.
Yeah, everything brand new.
The furniture was all really nice.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a model, so they wanted to show off all the what?
Do you remember the what do you call it, motif or the design that
No.
it was like a feng shui.
Feng shui. Feng shui.
It was like
Feng
the
shui?
it was like the Japanese like style.
Did we make it that way? Or it
No,
was
they
that
had
way?
because they already had the plant, the planter that
Oh,
had
yeah,
the
they
like
even
tree in
had-
it.
yep.
It was like a really
It was a ficus tree. No, I bought that.
okay. So that one,
Yeah, we made it that look.
I know
It
they
was-
had some.
It was just
things
really
that
nice
kind
furniture. Like,
there was something that made it kind of go together, made us go with that theme, basically. So
I know we didn't. We,
I don't know.
I don't know. Me neither.
I thought
But anyway, it was furnished and very nice. So
Yes.
we were sitting pretty.
oh my gosh,
and-
I was so excited about the garden tub.
Oh my gosh.
Oh
yeah,
my
it
gosh.
was nice. Bathroom was
And
huge.
his or her sinks, walk-in closet. I mean, seriously, this place was
Yeah, it was nice.
I liked it a lot. But anyways, so
So we started, after we moved in, we basically started planning. We were actually planning the wedding at the same time. So we started planning and didn't really know, didn't have any kind of budget or anything. I mean, we were both working, but you know how expensive weddings are.
and because we wanted to get married so quickly, I wasn't about to ask my parents to, spend a lot of money. But of course, they're willing. They were, whatever they could do. But yeah, so we just did whatever we could do to make it happen, and
We've always been very thrifty.
Yes.
So we're able to get things, nice things on a budget, and so we started. We were thinking about where we're gonna have the wedding. I think we planned a date first, and then once we had the date,
Yeah, I have no idea why we picked Memorial Day weekend.
I know,
But
yeah, it's probably not. Yeah,
for some reason, that's what works. Maybe because we're thinking
What do
it
they
was
say?
a 3-day weekend.
Hindsight is 2020.
Yeah.
Now we go to celebrate our anniversary, and all the hotels are
Everything's
booked
packed.
up, and so yeah. But anyway,
I know we're not the only ones. though.
nothing we can do about that. We had the weekend off, so but we decided to get a permit for Treaty Oak downtown Jacksonville, which is like the oldest oak tree in Jacksonville. It's like over 200 years old, and it's just beautiful, huge oak tree. And we got a permit, and back then it was free, so we basically all we did was reserve the park for that day, and so it was ours for like a certain amount of time, I think.
Yeah, I'm not really sure
But,
how they do that because it's public, but I guess they put something out there that there's going to be a wedding.
Yeah, so we had
That's
the place now, and the date set, so we had to start filling in all the details.
Well, I started with the invitations. I had a friend help me with picking out invitations and getting those printed out and what we were going to say on it. She helped me with doing all that, which was very helpful. And we got the invitations out, and then we started to plan what we were going to wear. Like, of course, I was looking for a dress, and I went to Dillard's. It was the discount rack or sale rack for a dress. I want to say it was prom dresses, but I found a white satin dress that was like the princess style. It was the perfect dress. I couldn't believe it was just in this section, and it was $70.
Yes.
I'm like, sold. Fit perfect. It was like the only one there. It was meant
beautiful.
for me. I was like, this is it.
Yep.
So that was my dress, and then my dad helped me pick out the perfect shoes for it, and then
I got a zoot suit. I rented a zoot suit from the tuxedo,
Orange Park
the
Mall.
prom place or whatever from the mall. It was pimped. It was awesome. I had the chain, and this is the 90s, so the chains are cool back then. And didn't I have like a sash? Yeah, I was
Yes,
pretty
you had
gangster
the
looking.
whole. It was the whole 9 yards.
I even had like a pencil thin beard. It was cool. Kind of. Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
We'll see pictures later. But yeah, so we got our tux and her gown or dress or gown. It's a gown?
Wedding dress.
Wedding
Yeah,
gown?
so I got my wedding dress. So that was check, check, check.
Yeah, so that was done.
So then I had another really good friend that her mother worked in the bakery and made amazing cakes. And I just felt so like it was just such an amazing thing to have my friend offer her mom to make my cake. She made my sweet 16
Yeah, that's
birthday
beautiful.
cake also. So it was very special. So now I have a wedding cake that she's making, and it was perfect. Delicious, of course. Oh my gosh, it was just a beautiful cake. It was so good. We took the top and did the whole waited a year and put it in the freezer like they tell you to do, and it was just as good a year later.
Oh my gosh, it was
so
good. Crazy.
Anyway, but that was a great
No
cake.
freezer burn.
So we had a great cake that was gifted from one of my best friend's moms. Yeah. And
So we have the cake now,
yeah.
and so some other details. I think somebody rented chairs, or we knew somebody that had a rental company. So we got. I don't even remember paying for the chairs.
No, I
there was
think
chairs
my
there.
parents took care of
Yeah,
that. They must have, because
probably.
I remember I just showed up and I was like, oh, look at chairs.
Yeah.
I'm glad somebody took care of that detail.
So the chairs. What else?
They
Then
were
we
fun.
have our what do they call it? Officiator.
Oh yeah. So my aunt
Yes.
she was the one that married
Our
us.
awesome aunt.
So we had her marry us, and then we had another friend. So another friend was a photographer in college. She was taking photography classes, and she offered to do our photos for our whole wedding, reception, everything, and then she gifted us an album of all of our pictures. Amazing.
Yeah, it was awesome. And we'll show some of those probably at the end of this video if we can find them. So the day came. I guess we can go ahead and fast forward to the wedding day
Oh yeah. So
because
oh yeah. So I stayed at my parents' house the night before, and so we didn't see each other until we actually got there
Yeah.
for the at Treaty Oak,
and she looked amazing.
I did my own hair, my own makeup, and I was so nervous. So I was really worried how my makeup was going to turn out, because I'm
I
like
was
trying to put my makeup on, all nervous and shaking.
I was nervous. I was so nervous. It was like typical May day in Jacksonville, Florida.
Oh my
It was like
gosh.
90 degrees. I'm
So hot.
like, man, we didn't think this through, did we? And I'm dripping sweat,
We just wanted to
nervous.
get married.
And thank God the parents had a little cooler of beer.
Always.
Woohoo! So I had a
Yes.
natural light or something.
I know.
I think it was a bush or
I don't know. It was
It
just.
tasted great.
It was cold.
Yeah, I
Ice
don't
cold
care.
out of the cooler.
So that helped me out a little bit, and then we got married and said and during our vows, the train went by, and it was like the longest train in history. I think it was probably 2 miles long, and it's just like
did seem like it went
4
forever.
hours
Yeah.
later. So we're like saying our vows. I mean, you could hear us. So
I
it
think
don't
everybody's
matter.
laughing.
We could hear each
too.
other. That's all that matters.
But yes, so after that, we ended up headed over to where we were having our
We got
reception.
pictures. We got all the pictures.
Yeah, we did all the
with
pictures
family
and
and all
everything.
that
Yes.
stuff.
And I'm so glad we did. Oh
Yeah,
my
it
gosh,
was
just
awesome.
great pictures.
And then we went to
Then we went to our reception at the restaurant that you
reception.
were working at.
yeah. So I was the
Sarah-
manager at a
restaurant.
No names.
We're not gonna name it.
No names.
Not right now.
Y'all know if you know.
Yeah, you know.
But anyway, I was the manager there, so I had I had 2 kegs ordered, and they were discounted, highly discounted, and then my general manager bought us like 200 wings. So we had all that. We had food, and then we had people bring food, and my buddy did the DJ. He was the DJ. He did that for free and just had tips, and he was awesome.
He did
a
so
great
great.
job.
Oh my gosh, I was so happy to have him. He did it all. He did
Yeah.
all your reception things, all the dances,
Yeah, I mean,
and all
it was amazing.
throwing of the bouquet and the catching of the garter belt, and it was so good.
Yep.
It just turned out to be great. And, to not have to spend, that much money, it all worked
I
out.
know. And he did good. He
Yeah,
got
that was
lots
a
of tips.
blast.
There was people buying us shots at
Oh my
the
gosh.
bar that we didn't
Yeah,
even know.
yeah,
We're like, yeah,
because it couldn't be
It was
shut
awesome.
down.
Yeah, it was so much fun, and everybody was like, "That was really cool." You
Yeah.
know, that probably never happened there, and we had a good time. It was fun, and after that, so we hung out there and did all the reception stuff, and then a buddy of mine, it was his birthday, and he's like, "Hey, y'all need to come over here afterwards." And
So we had
I
an
was
after party.
all right, well,
after the
send someone to
reception.
pick up these kegs because we'll bring those too. So we brought the kegs over to his house, and when we got outside of the restaurant after the reception,
gosh.
we noticed our little black Nissan Altima was covered in shaving cream pictures, and they were, mostly
You could have
penises.
just.
There was penises everywhere. Yeah, beep. Anyway, and
We might have to edit that.
there was all kinds of stuff on there, writings and stuff like that. It was very.
It was so bad.
It was our friends. That's how we were. But they and then we didn't realize that.
We didn't throw the keg in the back of the trunk and just take it over there
I don't
ourselves.
think so. I don't think I could. No.
I was wondering how it got over there. I don't
I think
remember.
someone brought it or threw it in their truck or something.
Okay.
But anyway, so that shaving cream in the hot sun of Florida, because we never got a chance to wash it off till a day later. We washed it off, and there was little bleached pictures of everything on the car. So the car, it was never the same. Well, it was great, but whatever. So we went over to the party and hung out there for a while, and we were doing keg stands.
That was wild.
I remember
That was a wild party.
our big friend did a keg stand, and the trash can actually collapsed. And,
Well, that's how I think it was like, okay,
yeah,
party's
we're
over.
out of here.
we should probably head out. But yeah, so that was our wedding reception. Everything was great. So then our same friend that we went over to celebrate his birthday, which happens to be on our anniversary, he gifted us tickets to California so we could go celebrate with
Yep.
the family there.
They flew out with us and we were there for about a week, right?
Yeah.
And spent
Up there,
time with my family.
We got to have
and-
champagne. They had champagne for us and a beautiful
Oh, it
little
was so
cake.
awesome. Yeah, we had a little reception out there.
Yeah, it was really nice.
So it was good.
It was very thoughtful and just it was great that we were able to go celebrate with them after the wedding and so that was a nice little visit, very nice gift.
So then we were married.
Yeah.
And we were a happy couple, the Hunns. So we basically I was playing a lot. We had a lot of shows.
Oh,
What?
and then okay, so we got married and that was the same year as 9/11.
Yes. So yeah, we were playing a lot, just living life. And then September 11th happened. I remember I was at the bar opening up in the morning, and I was turning on, there's 20 TVs. I turned them all on, and then I saw the planes hitting the towers, and I was like, what is going on? I didn't know what it was. I thought it was like a smokestack or something. And then, I sat there and watched, and we found out, what happened. And I guess you were at work.
I was at work, but I was not too far from where you were, pretty much about a mile away. And I remember we had a radio that somebody was listening to, and it was just
Milton.
probably a few radios on the, all of a sudden everybody's radio was talking about it, and we're hearing about it. And I went on lunch break, and I went up there to see you because it was just I was freaking out. I was like, what is happening? It was scary. And so
And I remember.
I went up there and to CJ's to see, or to your work to see you.
It's fine. It's closed down.
Anyways, I went up there to see you, and we were watching out on the screen. That's where I could actually see it on the TV.
Yeah. And we, like I had asked if I could get off, go home early, because there was no one there the whole day, obviously. But he was like, no, stick around. I'll let you know. And I'm like, really? Okay, we're under attack, and I got to work at the oyster bar. So, but anyway, so that, I think we ended up going a little later, but
yeah, that was,
that happened, and that kind of obviously changed everyone's life, and so we just went, after that, we were I was still playing music all the time, and
yeah, it did change just the way that you really just think about life, and we were just, I don't know, I guess, yeah, everybody knows if you were, of course, lived it. But yeah, so we just did whatever, just trying to get through that. Not too long after that, you have a huge show.
Yes.
That October, I think Halloween, actually. I think it was like on Halloween.
Yep, Halloween night with Slayer. That was like one of the pinnacle points of my life. I was a huge Slayer fan when I was a kid. I loved their music. And we played with them and a couple other bands.
Big show.
Huge show at this place called it was Plush, I think.
I don't know. The name
Yeah,
it changed so many times. I don't even remember what it was
Edge
called
2000.
at
It had
that
a bunch
time.
of different names. But
it was a big club.
I remember
packed.
standing out back with my band, and our guitarist was probably 6'1", 6'2", and this big guy got out of the tour bus and bumped into him on accident. He's like, "Oh, sorry, man." And it was Tom Araya, and I was like, whoa, and he was like...
we're name dropping now?
Yeah, that's the singer for Slayer.
I know.
It's okay. I'll drop his name. And he was like super nice, just like the nicest guy, and, I didn't know if he'd put a hex on us or something,
I tell you what, there was something going on there. I've never been so uncomfortable at one of your shows. And, I think it was Halloween because everybody's dressed up. I had a cute little, I think I was like Black Angel or something. I don't know, Black Fairy. That's what it was. Because I had black wings and mostly a black outfit. I thought I was so cute. And because, I figured that fits in well with Slayer,
Yeah.
I go into the main place where they're playing, right? What do you call it? Just the theater, or So go in there, and everything seems pretty cool. It's packed out. You can feel the excitement of everybody. There's lights and probably the what do you call it? The smoke or. Anyways, it was like just really cool at first, and then they started playing their. I guess it was like an intro.
Well,
and.
Let me get my glory first with my band.
Oh, I thought this was about me and you.
Yeah, I know, but we opened and Slayer hasn't even played yet.
All I was going to say is this is where I was like, anyways, go ahead.
Let me get there, and then you could talk about
I didn't know we were talking about the whole thing.
No, that was so awesome for me because when we were playing, I remember looking over. We opened up, and all Slayer's equipment was backlined, and so there was like just a little bit of stage on the front, and my drums were like set up way in the off to the side, barely at the front of the stage, and I didn't care. It was awesome. So we started playing, and I look over, and Carrie King's over there going like this to my music, and I was like, this is freaking incredible! I can't believe it! So anyway, that's it. Go ahead.
Oh.
Finish up. That's all I wanted to say.
I was just going to say,
so awesome.
Of all the hundreds of shows that I've been to with you, this one was one of those that I could not be. I was like, I have to leave. Anyway, I was just gonna say that. That's
Yeah.
it. Like, it was just, I could feel the evil. I don't know. It was like turning into like pretty much hell, and I was like, nope, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
And I went and just waited in the beginning where I guess, what is that called? The
The lobby.
lobby. I waited out there until it was done.
The
Until we're
foyer.
ready to go. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
I can't be in there. Anyways, that's
Anyway, so-
yeah.
Different perspectives. So after that,
I started thinking
What is
about
that?
wanting to have a baby.
yeah. After that,
After class.
all right. Sweet.
I don't know. I just remember it was like around. It was after that. It was around November probably. Yeah, I mean we've been married for. I know it was what, May, June, July.
We're
A
married.
few months, whatever.
Yeah.
But I was like, yep, we're married now. I want to have a baby. We
Got to work on that.
But yeah, I was like, let's get this going. I'm ready to have a baby. So come December, end of December, yeah, because it was a New Year's party we went to, and I figured I was already pregnant, so I was having a sober New Year's Eve, as far as I
Yeah.
can remember. Because yeah,
I probably was not.
I was thinking I'm pretty sure I'm pregnant, and then come to find out, Happy New Year! Yeah,
Yay.
I checked it out and I was pregnant.
Yeah.
Yay! So yeah,
So that was our first
like yay.
bun
So-
in the oven.
Yep. And I think we're gonna stop there.
Are we? Okay. So we're stopping here. That's episode 2.
Yeah,
And y'all like and subscribe.
we're gonna
If you,
we're gonna continue with
you would
another
like to.
episode that we'll talk about life with expecting a baby.
Yep. And we're just going to keep doing these podcasts, and we're going to have guests on eventually, that tell their stories, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
Storytelling, gotta keep it
good
alive.
times from here on out, now that we got past the dark episode,
Yes.
number 1. All right. Bye, y'all. Love ya.
Bye. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching.